I would like to invite Dr. G. Mallikarjun, Post Director, to provide us an overview of this IACC course.
Thank you very much, madam. So now let me formally welcome all the participants to the third batch of the Insurance Arbitration Certificate course. I would just like to place a few things in respect of the course, its conduct, its assessment, and the pattern of delivery, etc. In this short segment. So there is a small presentation that I have made, which I wouldn't like to share now, but this presentation I'll place it in the Teams data and also share it on the group so that the mechanism of conduct and the expectations as far as this course from the delivery point of view, we'll be in a position to put it up front to all of you. So as this is a 6-month course and 300-hour online course, and we'll approximately have about 160 to 180 hours of classroom sessions. I mean interactive sessions, but other sessions will be either personal study or it would be the group interaction sessions, etc. So we have the course divided into 6 units. The first unit talks about the fundamentals of insurance. Second unit about the laws governing insurance and laws relevant to insurance. The third unit talks about the legal aspects relating to insurance underwriting and insurance products. Then the fourth one talks about the insurance claim management, etc. and the legal aspects associated with it. The fifth one talks about the grievance redressal system and the alternate dispute resolution systems that are there. Then the last segment talks about arbitration, conciliation, mediation, and the role of arbitrator. So generally, to give you a reasonable peek into the individual units, as far as fundamentals of insurance is concerned, we will have an overview about the contract of insurance, general concept, terminology, etc. Then the prospectus, proposal, policy, premium receipt, and other documents and their significance, and the interpretation of the contract of insurance as well. Then we discuss with a lot of case study about the fundamental principles of insurance, which I was referring to in my previous talk. First, we talk about utmost good faith and the importance of disclosures from the insurer and the insured, then insurable interest, then the principle of indemnity, then the consequent principles of subrogation and contribution, and finally the principle relating to proximate cause. Then we also talk about the fundamental principles relating to disclosures, conditions, exclusions, warranties, excess, deduction, then duration, sum insured, limit of liability, etc. So these will be the first unit relating to fundamentals of insurance. Then the laws governing insurance, we'll talk about the Insurance Act 1938, then the provisions relating to Marine Insurance Act 1963, then the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999 and the role of IRDA, then Public Liability Insurance Act 1991, and we will also discuss it, the developments and the judgments on insurance, Indian as well as foreign. Then there are so many laws which are relevant to insurance, though they are not directly insurance legislations. We'll discuss the overview and the relevance to insurance of the Indian Contract Act, then the Indian Stamp Act, Limitation Act, Motor Vehicles Act, Employees Compensation Act, Carriage by Roads Act, Indian Fatal Accident Act, then Consumer Protection Act, and also the other laws which are associated with this, like the IPC, CRPC, TORTS, Commercial Codes Act, etc. Then we'll go on to the types of insurance policies, etc. and the underwriting aspect. So we'll deal with the various classes and types of insurance policies. In life, we'll cover it in a limited manner. As far as general health and reinsurance, we'll have a very elaborate coverage. Then we will specifically see the arbitration and the dispute resolution related clauses in the various insurance policies. Then we will understand the process of underwriting in relation to assessment of risk, risk rating, pricing of insurance, and framing of the insurance contract and documentation where there is a leeway in terms of specifying conditions, additional conditions, warranties, exclusions, etc. Then we'll talk about the insurance claim management, starting from the claim application and establishing of a claim. What is the documentation that is required? Then we very importantly discuss the role of intermediaries that is very important in the general and health insurance claims, like the surveyors and loss assessors, then investigators and the third-party administrators in health services. Then we discuss the claim settlement process, modes of settlement and payment as per the contract, then contribution, then instances of partial and total repudiation, etc. Then the post-claim settlement procedure, including the review, which most of the insurers have incorporated as a mechanism, which is which to curtail the litigation that emanates out of claim repudiation or partial repudiation of claims. Then reopening of the claims and recovery from third parties and from reinsurers as well. Then we go ahead and see the grievance redressal systems that are available. Then we see the most important regulatory framework that is there, which is IRDA's Protection of Policyholders Interest Regulation. Then we have a peek at the grievance redressal policies and the systems of insurance companies. Then we talk about the IRDA's grievance redressal systems that are provided, which I was referring to, like IGCC, IGMS, etc. Then we also talk about the government portal, which is offering a grievance redressal mechanism, which is the DARPG portal, etc. Then we also have an elaborate discussion about the insurance ombudsman, and we have a few ombudsmen who have also done this course, like Mr. Ajit, Kumar, and the previous batch we had one ombudsman from the income tax office, income tax commissioner, who was an ombudsman of Kerala. So we also then move on to the most important segment relating to arbitration and mediation. We'll have an introduction to the why of arbitration and conciliation and the evolution of Arbitration and Conciliation Act. Then various aspects of arbitration relating to arbitration agreement, arbitration clause, then arbitral tribunal, its constitution, composition, etc., the jurisdiction, then conduct of arbitral proceedings and draft of the arbitral award. Then we will also talk about the finality and enforcement of awards, grounds of setting aside, appeals against the decisions, and we will also deal with the international arbitration and enforcement of foreign awards. And we will also discuss about the conciliation, and we will also get the participants introduced in a bigger way to mediation. And I hope by the time this course ends, we will also have the Mediation Act coming into play. Then we will also discuss about the role of arbitrator, arbitral counsel, arbitral institutions, the qualifications, experience, etc. of arbitrators, then duties of arbitrators, role of arbitrator and conciliator and mediator in ADR. So this will be the coverage of various aspects that are there. As far as the conduct of course is concerned, we will have sessions in the evening from 7 PM to 8:30 PM. And there are 4 days of instruction. One is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. And there would be individual as well as collaborative learning. And in all, we would expect that a 300-hour participation in this course is something which would give you the kind of knowledge and experience to take off in the field of insurance arbitration and also in the field of general arbitration. Then what would be the pedagogy that we would be adopting? So we would have lectures to basically drive home the essential knowledge component. Then we would have case studies and examples. Then we would have group discussions formally and informally as well. Then there are a lot of aspects relating to practical and experiential learning through mock sessions, role plays. We have group activities, debates, assignments, and presentation. We have individual assignments and presentation, and we also have drafting of applications, notices, then complaints, written arguments in case of an arbitration, and the arbitral award drafting. We also have an exercise where the mock arbitration will be conducted by the participants themselves, arranging themselves as the insurer, then the complainant, and the arbitrator as well. Then we also provide web resources in terms of the judgments that need to be looked into, the presentations, and the additional documents that need to be taken into account. And we have a very good repertoire of people, experts who are associated. We have people from the insurance who would be interacting with you, insurance and reinsurance. Then arbitrational professionals, advocates. Then we have judges who would be coming and addressing you about the various aspects. So that will be a very important mechanism through which we will be providing you with the knowledge and also the sharing of experience that is necessary for an intense course like this. Then I would like you all to take cognizance of the assessment pattern that we have. So attendance constitutes a very important item where 30% weightage will be given to attendance, because we have a lot of discussions that happen. We have a lot of experience sharing that happens, and also the knowledge part. And being an online course and conducting this course in the evening at a convenient time, and because you have invested your money and you would be investing your time, we put attendance to be one of the important parameters. I will share the matrix in relation to the marking, etc. Then quiz will be an important mechanism to ascertain your knowledge part of it. We could have multiple choice kind of an online quiz, basically to get your understanding about it. And then we have Professor Sain Sharma, who has a wonderful way of having a team quiz in the competition mode, like what you see in competitions of quiz. But he has this wonderful way of interspersing the knowledge along with the responses in respect to these questions that are asked. So it's an experience which I would like you all to have. So it's a wonderful way of teaching and also assessing the knowledge and supplementing the learning through this quiz. Then we have individual assignments, which is basically a summary of class that we would be asking. Then scrutiny sheets relating to complaints. Then documents, etc. We would be asking the individuals to be submitting. Then in each of the units, we have certain group assignments and projects. And as I told you, arbitration, we have an entire exercise where everyone would have a feel of the arbitration proceeding, giving written arguments, and then drafting of an arbitral award, and finally announcing or presenting the arbitral award. So this will be the mechanism of assessment. And the course delivery will be through Microsoft Teams. And yesterday we had a session to familiarize you all. We'll continue to do that exercise, and we would request all the participants to use the Teams mode of getting into the conduct of classes. Then the posting of class materials and these videos will be done on the Microsoft Teams. Then consolidation of assignments and presentation by participants will also be done by using the Teams only. Then the quizzes will be administered and the assignments would be administered using the Teams. Then notifications during the course and the collaborative learning through group interactions, etc., can be arranged by the members of the groups in these using the Teams utilities only. Then general messages relating to classes, etc., we would be using the WhatsApp group, which has already been created. Then the commencement of classes would be from 25th of July 2022, the coming Monday, and we'll have sessions starting from 7 to 8:30. And as a director of this course and as someone who's very passionate about learning, teaching, and interacting, I'm looking forward to a mutually enriching learning experience where all the participants come with their own share of learning and then put it across the table for the faculty also to benefit and for all the other participants. So I believe firmly in the concept that together everyone achieves more, and there is no better way to do that in a professional course like this with experienced participants who come with their own backgrounds, learnings, and experience, which will be adding up to a whole lot at the end of the program. And we've had the benefit of these kind of interactions in the first batch, in the second batch, and I am sure that we will have a lot of experiences to cherish and learnings to take home from this interaction with the third batch as well. So thank you and welcome once again, and all the best to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mallikarjun. We are moving forward. I'm now happy to welcome Mr. Ajit Kumar, our General Manager, who retired from Oriental Insurance Company, and he is a certified insurance arbitrator of the second batch of IACC. A small brief on Mr. Ajit Kumar's background. He's a gold medalist in history from Patna University. He joined New India Assurance Company as a probationary officer in the year 1984, and he was transferred to Oriental Insurance Company in 2013 as Deputy General Manager. He superannuated last year in 2021 as General Manager after putting in 37 years of service and having worked in all the 4 zones of India. Sir, I request you to introduce the faculty members to this course.
Thank you, Vandana ma'am. Thank you for the kind words about me. And at the outset, a very warm welcome to all the enthusiasts and participants of third batch. And I'm, as you know, I'm an alumnus of this elite institute, AIIRM, and I'm going to take you to the faculties who are going to empower you during the coming months. We have nearly 15 to 20 faculties derived from various fields during the course, and some of you might be knowing. Some are already introduced to you during the webinar, and I will begin with, I will introduce Mr. Justice Naveen Sinha, hailing from the family with legal background. Justice Sinha was appointed as a permanent judge of Patna High Court in the year 2004. Justice Sinha has also served Chhattisgarh High Court before being appointed as Chief Justice of Rajasthan High Court in the year 2016. Justice Sinha was subsequently elevated to the highest seat of justice, that is Supreme Court of India. During his stint, Justice Sinha has disposed of more than 13,000 cases related to service law, civil law, and property law. He has also authored more than 100 judgments while at Supreme Court, and nearly 35% of them are related with the criminal law. He is a man of impeccable integrity, strong morals, and the conviction to always stand by his principles. I now introduce you to Justice A.R. Dave. He is a former judge of Supreme Court of India. He has been there for nearly 7 years. He had been also the Chief Justice of Hyderabad High Court. He has also served as the patron and chairman of Advisory Council of International Center for Alternate Dispute Resolution Regional Center, Hyderabad, and he is a Chancellor of Nalsar University of Law, Hyderabad. He is also, by the way, he is also a chartered accountant. I introduce you now to Justice A. Hari Prasad, a former judge of Kerala High Court with a vast experience in the field of civil, criminal, and constitutional laws. He has also served as President of Board of Governors of Kerala Judicial Academy. He is also Chairman of Kerala High Court Legal Services Committee. And as a member of High Court's Rules and High Court Service Rules Committee, he is always remembered. Now, Mr. Pratap Venugopal, he is also like a justice only because he has a very long experience in the judicial line. He is advocate on record of Supreme Court of India since 1999, having over 31 years of experience in litigation and domestic and international arbitrations involving commercial, engineering, building and maritime contracts. He is also panel advocate for SEBI and represents public sector undertakings, banks and financial institutions, airlines, stock exchanges, and national and international corporate entities. He is a life member of Indian Law Institute and Indian Council of Arbitration. I introduce you to Ms. Sulekha Raman. She is advocate on record in Supreme Court of India. She has been a partner of the law firm KJ John and Company for over 24 years. She is specialized in arbitration matters involving engineering and building contracts. She is on Consumer Protection Acts. She is also expert on that, and particularly medical negligence matters, having assisted National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission as amicus curiae in various matters. Dr. Sariq Nisar, he is another faculty. He is associated with Rijvi Institute of Management Studies and Research, Mumbai. He has done post-graduation in economics and is the visiting faculty and guest faculty at various universities in India, including Aligarh Muslim University and Abdul Rahman University. He has also got a doctorate in economics from Aligarh Muslim University. He also has a certificate program in capital market dealing with macroeconomics and primary and secondary market. Mr. Lalit Prasad Rao, he is another faculty. He has started his career with Eagle Star International Limited, and presently that is known as Zurich Financial Services in Dubai. He then moved to Bahrain, and while associated with companies over there, he is credited with the development of individual life products and operations. He has also worked closely with the actuary and pricing. Mr. Rao later moved back to Dubai and joined Takaful Emirate as manager process and projects. He is presently working with them as chief operating officer and is responsible for setting a life and medical admin system, including the products. I introduce you to Mr. Jaideep Gupta, another faculty. He is a practicing senior counsel and appointed in commercial and constitutional litigation for over 30 years in Supreme Court and other high courts. A first-class graduate in economics Mr. Gupta studied law triples in University of Cambridge and then qualified for English bar from Lincoln's in 1985. After practicing in Kolkata, Mr. Gupta moved to Supreme Court and was associated with Mr. K.K. Venugopal, the senior counsel and noted jurist, and presently he is the Attorney General of India. Currently, Mr. Gupta is Vice President of Bar Association of India. Now, Mr. Thiru Navukkarasu, sorry, he's engineer by qualification, and he's having served Madura Court, New India Assurance, and Royal Sundaram in charge of claims. He has authored various books, and notables are Auto Awareness, Claims Manual, Salvage Manual, and he has also written a book on motor insurance, why, how, and where. This is basically meant for the induction training of the freshers in the insurance companies. Now I introduce you to Mr. Gokul Narayan. He is a master in law and he is the chief operating officer at Asian School of Cyber Law. He is a mediator and training and development consultant at the Center for Advanced Meditation Practices, Bengaluru. A qualified mediator, he also teaches mediation as a viable alternative dispute redressal system of another option to litigation. His research interests include information technology and its relation to intellectual property rights, production of digital evidence in courts, and use of mediation to settle matrimonial disputes. We have Mr. Amarjit Singh Bedi. He has over 20 years of experience in litigation, and he's a gold medalist in. Besides that, he's also advocate on record, and he's a topper, the gold medalist in advocate on record examination, which was conducted by the Supreme Court of India. He has specialized in commercial litigation, giving legal advices to various clients. He also provides corporate advisory. He also provides advices to corporates, and he is acting as a strategic advisor to senior management, including multinational companies. He also author of books on environment and pollution laws, and he's a guest lecturer to Delhi Police Training College and on cyber laws and the crimes. We have Mr. R. Chandrasekhar, and he has been the non-official director of Life Insurance Company during the 2017-20. He is a former Secretary General of General Insurance Council during the period 2011 to 2019. He has laid foundations for GI series, international business development, and offices. He has over 42 years of experience on insurance and reinsurance matters. He is a dedicated professional, a teacher, ever available for guidance in his areas of experience. We have Mr. Neeraj Kumar. He was also available there during the interaction, and he has joined the insurance industry in 1978 as a directly recruited officer, and he was posted in national insurance, where he rose to senior positions. He is presently a consultant and advisor to other insurance brokers, and he has been, before superannuation, he was general manager in Oriental Insurance, my erstwhile company. And he has also been MD and CEO of Times India Assurance Company. We have Mr. A.S.M. Sharma. We have just Mr. Our Dr. Mallikarjun sir was speaking about him. He is a former consultant in IFCO Tokyo General Insurance, and he has been AGM. Prior to that, he was been AGM in charge of miscellaneous and motor insurance at Oriental Head Office. He is a visiting faculty at National Law University, Jodhpur, National Insurance Academy, Pune, and other prestigious institutions across India. And you people, you all will be enjoying the way he conducts the quiz courses. He is going to conduct for you all, and he has his own style. I still cherish. Mr. A. Selvaraj, he is Executive Director, Alert Insurance Brokers, and a former Director of Reinsurance in Bharat Reinsurance Brokers. He is also head of Marine Aviation and Engineering Verticals at Head Office before moving over to Alert Insurance Brokers. We have Mr. K.K. Misra, another great man. He has joined the insurance industry in 1979 as a direct recruit officer based in United India Insurance. And subsequently, he joined as the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Tata AIG Insurance Company. and where he pioneered claims negotiations and arbitration. He has handled sorry, he has handled insurance arbitration at national and international level. We have another great friend and very intelligent man, Mr. Mithilesh Sinha, learned man, and he joined the insurance industry as a director officer in 1981 at Oriental Insurance Company. He has also been a former chief regional manager at Oriental Insurance. He is a practicing advocate in insurance consumer cases, and he is also insurance legal advisor. Mr. K.V. Vijay Srinivas, he joined insurance industry as a director in 1981 in United India Insurance. He had a stint of 3 years as general manager in National Insurance, and he has been a consultant, trainer, and freelance writer. He has also served as director and joint CMD at United India Insurance. We have Mr. Masood Wahab, and he's a senior advisor. You all have heard him. He had joined the insurance industry as a director in 1981 at Oriental Insurance Company. He is also a director for MBA course in Jamia Hamdard University. He is a visiting faculty member at CBI Academy, Ghaziabad, and he had been the regional manager while working at insurance. He has been regional manager at Oriental Insurance Company. He has been a former senior faculty member at Corporate Training College, Oriental Insurance, NIFM, and ICAI also. We have Mr. Amandeep Singh. He is joined the insurance industry as national insurance, and he has been advisor to Punjab and Haryana High Court. He is the legal advisor to public sector undertakings and other insurance companies. He is a faculty and HR consultant of National Insurance Company. During his stint in the insurance company, he has held the position of chief regional manager also. And now at the end, I would like to introduce you. You already know, you have already heard Dr. G. Mallikarjun. He is an academician with a PhD degree in law. He is teaching banking law, insurance law, and corporate law. And he has retired with as a general manager with RBI after serving there for 25 years. He has also worked with IRDA for 3 years as officer on special duty. So he is a man with the experience of having worked with 2-3 regulators. So with all these things, I pay my respect to the faculty. These faculty have also empowered me during the second course, and what I am today is because of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Ajit Kumar, for this introduction of faculty. I am now very happy to introduce our participants of the third batch. And quickly, I'll read out the names and give a small background about each participant. In no particular order, I read Mr. Rajiv Kumar. He is a IRD approved surveyor of engineering, fire, marine, cargo, and miscellaneous claims. He has a lot of experience. Mr. Pankaj Gupta, he is a regional manager of ZEP Re in Nairobi with around 25 years of experience. Mr. Johnny Tattil, he is retired from National Insurance with almost 36 years of experience in insurance. Mr. Deepak Sangal has taken voluntary retirement from United India and he has around 30 years of insurance experience himself. Mr. Bharat Bhushan is the Vice President of Optima Insurance Brokers Private Limited and has about 36 years of experience in the insurance claims handling. Mr. Gaurav Srivastav is a counsel. He works with senior advocate Dr. Milan Sate. He has a work experience of 6 years. I suppose Mr. Gaurav is one of the youngest participants of this batch. Mr. Natarajan Padmanabhan is a surveyor with 24 years of experience. Mr. Gopal Pardal, insurance surveyor with 35 years of experience. Mr. Balaji Subramaniam is an insurance consultant. He's retired from Oriental Insurance with about 35 years of experience. Mr. Ratan Das is a surveyor investigator, 27 years of experience he has. We have Tiruchittabalam P, who is a surveyor and automobile engineer and insurance investigator, surveyor with 20 years of experience. Mr. Ajoy Devmantal, he's from Orient Company. He's a manager. He has around 32 years of experience. Mr. Pradyot Vasak, deputy manager from your Oriental Insurance Company, more than 20 years of experience. Vishwadeep Chaliha, Mr. Vishwadeep Chaliha, consultant, ex-NIA, National Insurance, with 35 years of experience. Mr. Farooq Shah, retired from GIC of India and has 36 years of experience. Mr. Munish Parashar, he is part of Puri Crawford Insurance Surveyors, and he has around 29 years of experience. Mr. Harsh Thakur, he's an insurance broker with 10 years of experience. Mr. T. Ramesh Kumar has 34 years of experience and he works for New India Assurance. Mr. Naveen Dogra, insurance surveyor, having overall 18 years of insurance claims experience. Mr. Atul Kapoor, loss adjuster and chartered accountant. He has his own company, Atul Kapoor and Company. He's a CEO with 37 years of experience. Mr. Yogesh Gandhi works for Proclaim Insurance Surveyor and Loss Assessor with 45 years of experience. Mr. David Nakwan is an insurance surveyor. He's self-employed. He has around 40 years of experience so far. Ms. Rupam Ghosh is an advocate and arbitrator with High Court of Mumbai. She has around 22 years of experience. Mr. Amar Verma is the director at Allied Insurance Service and Loss Assessors, and he has 27 years of experience. Mr. Alok Verma is the director at Unique Insurance Surveyors with more than 30 years in insurance. Mr. Anand Verma is director as Unique Insurance Surveyor. He has more than 22 years of experience. Mr. Jinson George is an independent surveyor. He's self-employed, over 10 years of experience. Mr. K. Kannan is the director of Marsh India Insurance Brokers, and he has about 37 years of experience. Mr. Rajiv Ranjan is the executive vice president of UIB Insurance Brokers, and he has 34 years of service experience. Mr. Chandrakant Mishra is the director of Care Health Insurance Company Limited, and he also has an experience of 34 years in the insurance industry. This was a brief introduction to the participants of the new batch. Welcome once again all the participants, and we look forward to having a mutually enriching 6 months during this course and a continuing relationship thereafter. And towards the end of the program now, I want to invite Mr. Milan Mehta and introduce him. Mr. Milan Mehta is a surveyor and proprietor of Messrs. CP Mehta and Company. He is a certified insurance arbitrator from the recently concluded second batch. He has been the vice president of Institute of Surveyor for many years now, and he is one of the most experienced surveyor in the country. He has recently completed 50 years as a surveyor. He is a third generation insurance surveyor, and his grandfather being one of the earliest surveyors in India. He specializes in fire, miscellaneous, and business interruption claims. Mr. Mehta would like to tell us about his experiences as a participant of the previous batch. Sir, we are eager to hear you as your experiences about this course.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you see me now?
We can see you.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning to all our distinguished guests, our faculty, and all the students of the third batch of the IACC, as well as of the first and second batch who have come along to see what is happening. This is a course conducted by the IACC, conducted by the AIIRM. Last September, I was in the same position as you are now. This is for the students on the threshold of a new era in your life. After working as a surveyor for 50 years, I have realized that there are very few vocations for which I am fit and where I can use my knowledge. And I was delighted when I came across this course where I realized that though I have been an arbitrator, though I have done arbitration, I could be a better arbitrator and a good arbitrator at the end of the 6-month course. I was absolutely delighted for learning about the various laws involved and the various procedures in conducting arbitral proceedings. We had a very widely knowledgeable faculty who were very generous in sharing their knowledge with us, in solving our problems and guiding us through various issues which were puzzling us. The magic of online training came alive as the course progressed. People from all over India came together in each session, replicating a classroom with teachers and students, and all from the confine and comfort of your old home. I must say that this was one of the few benefits of COVID, when online training classes developed tremendously. Queries, questions were all easily answered and carried forward. If you missed a class, there were recordings, write-ups, and you could catch up very easily. There were several of us technically challenged from the Casio calculators generation who initially stumbled on the Teams app but were patiently guided by our mentors. So don't worry. Everybody can go through this, though there were people who were struggling, like me. Our faculty was exceptionally dedicated and took pains to clarify issues and all our doubts and queries. As you have heard about the faculty just now, they have a very wide field of knowledge and experience, coming as they do from so many different vocations. During your course of 6 months, you will be exposed to a wide variety of laws, acts, and procedures and gain working knowledge of all arbitral proceedings and awards. You will have many interactive group sections and debates. Learning will be something you will really enjoy because there will be interactive sessions thrice a week, and your life will be full during the next 6 months with something that gets you more and more engrossed as you learn more and more, and you will start going deeper and deeper into the subject. As you will learn during the next 6 months, this course will comprehensively cover the various aspects of arbitration and numerous related acts and laws. Almost all professions have a period of practical training when, under the watchful eyes of a mentor, you gain valuable experience. At the end of this course, you will gain the confidence of a person who has had such practical and personal training. This course will give you the training which it literally replicates if you're working with an arbitrator. The online system of training and imparting knowledge will probably be new for many of you. However, as you get familiar with this, you will enjoy it immensely. You will form small groups and enjoy the camaraderie of new friends from all over India and engage in friendly debates and group discussions. You will learn about various methods of alternate dispute resolutions other than going to court. You will learn new issues and engrossing issues such as the differences between arbitration, mediation, conciliation. At the end of the course, you will be a certified insurance arbitrator, and this degree, this qualification will be an invaluable addition to your visiting card. Thank you. The webinar is now over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Milan Mehta, and thank you very much to all of you.